This was the first official day for teachers to report back to Taylor Elementary School in Cedar Rapids.
The school's future, you may recall, was in doubt after extensive damage from last year's floods. New at 6, News Channel 7's Brian Gettel's live from our Iowa City newsroom. Brian, those doubts are gone now, and Taylor's on the brink of completing its comeback, so that's great news.
Tara, there were concerns about how many kids would come back, but K-5 enrollment is already over 200. Some classes even have waiting lists. And in less than a week, Taylor Elementary will be a functioning school once again.
It's good. It feels good to be home.
This has been Diana Robeson's home away from home for the better part of 2 decades. But this year is very different.
It is overwhelming. You are starting over. You're a new teacher.
That's because the longtime Taylor Elementary teacher is returning to the classroom she found in ruins after last year's flood.
Seeing the things that you've had for over 20 years of teaching just covered with mud and muck and
Robeson spent last year teaching at nearby Harrison. She relied on garage sales, goodwill, and donations to replace supplies. But she and many of her colleagues are back and learning to adjust.
I've had people comment that they see us standing in our rooms looking around going, how am I going to arrange it? Because you don't have all the things you had when you left in the flood.
I'll be in the office and sitting at the computer working away, and then I'm like, I need a break. And I love to walk around the building and just see the progress.
A lot of work is still left to be done.
Everybody will be on the phone tree for emergency purposes.
For Principal Brian Christofferson, there simply aren't enough hours in the day.
It's probably like preparing for a wedding, you know, it's just crazy, all the preparations you do for months and months, and then, you know, the time comes and it's going to be what it's going to be.
Ready or not, school is coming. While it may be stressful, Robeson says it's worth it to be back home.
Cedar Rapids schools are great, and I'm glad they opened us up in this year.
You know, with everything Robeson lost in the flood, one thing survived: her betta fish. Despite being in a bowl filled with floodwater and mud, it made it through and even lived on for several months after the flood. Live in the Iowa City newsroom, Brian Gettel, Iowa's News Channel 7.
That's pretty amazing. All right, thank you, Brian. The first day of school for Taylor Elementary and the Cedar Rapids School District is Tuesday.
Just another amazing show of support, no doubt about it. Next Thursday, by the way, the Cedar Rapids Community School District hosts an all-staff kickoff. That'll be held at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Starts at 7:45 with entertainment from the Cedar Rapids Jefferson Band in Blue marching band. They're always great. Staff members are asked to bring food for the Linn County Community Food Bank.
Teachers